Hey guys, sorry for the lack of content that I've been putting out. As you can tell, I had a little incident last week that I'm still healing from. But today I'm actually going to pick up my first hat sample for my company. It was ready last week and I was gonna go pick it up, but then the accident happened, so I pushed it back to today, and I'm gonna take you guys with me, pick up the sample, we'll look at it, review it. I'm excited for it. It's about a 30-minute drive over into the arts district, so let's go. All right, so I just got back from the manufacturer. I changed and cleaned up a little bit, so hopefully I'll look a little bit more presentable now. So I use Adobe Illustrator for my creative process, where I try and draw out my design, try and bring my vision to life basically. And the sample, it looks great. There are some things that I'm not super happy about. A little bit of changes that still need to be done. So run another sample before I order my bulk. But without further ado, here it is. This is the sample. Obviously, I'm sure one of the big things that you guys can tell is this front logo is huge. So I just need to scale that down a little bit, make it a little bit more like the right size. I sized it based on this hat, which I really like, but obviously the size works a lot better for this design than it does on mine. I have my brand name on the side there. I'm debating whether I keep this or not, because obviously it's there as well. I kind of like that extra detail, but we'll see if that's necessary. So obviously you guys know my brand, EverSol. The meaning behind it is just sustainability and everlasting life here on the planet, trying to save the earth and everything that it stands for. So soul, I took that for the meaning of the sun, as well as kind of the play on words within your own personal soul, and just trying to make it last forever. So EverSol, I thought it had a nice ring to it, that's why I went with it. And then I have our little tagline underneath, which says good for the earth, good for the soul. So again, they're playing along the name of the brand, and then obviously soul means sun. So I found a sample of this little half sun and I drew it out, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. The EverSol text, I don't know the right term for it, but it's a puff embroidery and the rest is flat, and I really like that difference on texture. I really like the way it looks, just smaller. So I think once I make that change, it would turn out really well. It's a snapback, I did not mention that. Another small thing I have in here is my tag, so it just says EverSol and then where we're founded, here in Los Angeles, California. This is my favorite type of hat, which is the New Era Golfer, which is kind of a semi-structured, it's pretty soft, there's no front panel, and that's what this hat was supposed to be, which it still is soft structured, but they put this, I don't know what it's called, but this support, if you guys can see it in here, which they weren't supposed to, so I'm getting that taken care of. I don't mind it, you don't really feel it, but you can see it on the outline of the hat from the front, and obviously I don't want that. We'll get that taken care of. I decided to go with brown. I'll make a bunch of different colorways, but earth tones are my favorite colors: greens, browns, tans, grays, blacks, whites, a bunch of neutrals basically. So brown is the first color we're gonna go with this next sample. Since I know I like this brown, I'll probably try like a green or a camo. I already know what black looks like, so I don't have to sample that. But if you guys have any other ideas for what colors that you might want to see or you would be interested in, please let me know. So this is a wool fabric, which I know kind of sounds weird. I thought it sounded weird at first too, but then the lady that was helping me, she talked me through it. It's actually the same exact fabric that is used on MLB hats. So any New Era hat that you buy, it will feel the same as that. All brown inside. The inside there's some black on it, but yeah, this is the gist of it. Overall, I'm very happy. This is how it fits on the head, so you guys can get a little reference. yeah, overall I'm super happy with it. Just get this size down, play around with some colors, and then get that bulk order going. And let me show you guys kind of how I use Adobe Illustrator in that design process here. Here I have my iPad, and I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the design process here. So I just use Adobe Illustrator. I made my own designs in here, and then I just threw it into this template here. So basically I have all sides of the hat, and then over here I have the exact areas with the colors and what fabric they will be in. So this is the general outline, and then here is each specific graphic that I have. So obviously this is the front graphic, and that blue and pink part just basically says what part is raised and what part is flat. I have the inside tag down here, and then that side patch right there, and this was really simple to fill out. The hard part was making these logos. So basically here, I'll take you to my front of the hat logo. And so this, all it was drawing out that half sun. I hope you guys can see this. I can't really tell where the camera's pointed. And then the script, obviously I just typed that in, but I played around with different fonts, played around with different sizing. The sizing part was the hardest part for me. Obviously I didn't do it well because this was way too big. But now that I know, I can resize it a little bit smaller. And then I just grouped it all together, exported it as a .ai, brought that over into the other template, and the manufacturer took care of the rest. Learning to use Adobe Illustrator was not too difficult. It took me a few days of playing around with it to really learn certain things. I'm still learning things, obviously. This isn't like a super complex design by any means, but I like simple designs. So I really like what this looks like. I talked about it a little bit, but the meaning behind everything, I really wanted, with the word EverSol, obviously I kind of thought that there needed to be a sun involved. I wanted something with nature, and I thought that wavy half sun was perfect for me almost. I found clip art that looked pretty similar to this, but it had a few more lines across the bottom. So I just decided to redraw it with just the half sun, and then our tagline there at the bottom. So granted, I know it's super simple, but I think sometimes simplicity looks the best. So I'm gonna challenge myself to come out with some more complex designs, as well as some more simple designs, but I'm really happy with where this is at now. With this first sample, I couldn't have asked for much more. I'm super stoked with the idea of what this is gonna become, and even just to wear something that I created. This is so cool to me. It's by far my favorite hat that I have right now, just because it's mine. It's my creative idea that was brought to life, and my manufacturer killed it on their end. So I'm super happy with it. If you guys have any recommendations for me, I would love to hear it. Love any tips, love any ideas that you guys might have. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry I'm kind of monotone today. With facial expressions, it kind of hurts to move my face around too much, so I'm kind of trying to keep things dulled down a little bit, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll definitely get back into being a little more regular about this, so thank you guys.